Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I would love to have you subscribe, like, comment, and if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. So today's video is going to be my very first collab with Sandie from Sandie's Books and Beauty for the Ages. And of course, I will have her channel and her video linked in my description box. Now, Sandie and I met doing the Hello Fall group collab, and we just instantly formed this amazing bond with one another. Sandie is so much fun to watch. She does so many cool things on her channel. She does hauls, unboxings, uses really fun makeup products, and she's the coolest lady around. She has bright pink hair. I love it. And I love her background too. She has like bright pink bookshelves behind her. Looks so cool. I really need to jazz up my background. I mean, I love my background. It's got a lot of things that remind me of my mom, and of course, a bunch of things that my friends have sent me, but I do kind of want to make it look a little bit more, I don't know, put together, maybe a little bit more fun. So I don't know. It's a work in progress, you guys. So Sandie and I talked about different things that we could do for our collab, and we came up with the Autumn Day picture inspired collab. So I sent her a picture of autumn leaves, and she also sent me a picture of autumn leaves. And the goal is to create a look based on the color story that is within the image that we chose for each other. And this is the image that Sandie chose for me. And I love it because it's very different. The one that I found for her is more like a traditional fall leaf picture, you know, kind of the rusty oranges, reds, yellows, greens. And the one that she chose for me has pinks and blues and purples, a little bit of green, a little bit of brown. So I looked through my collection and I tried to find a palette that I felt would match that color story perfectly. And this is what I came up with. This is the UCANBE Fruit Pie Filling Palette. And I don't really hear anybody talking about this brand on YouTube, and I love their palettes. I have this one, and I have, I think, what, 4 other palettes from UCANBE. I got them all off of Amazon, but they do have their own website, and I will have that website linked in my description box. But when I opened this up and I saw this color story, I thought, yes, this has all the colors I'm looking for that are going to match the colors of the image that Sandie chose for me. And I'm not exactly sure which ones I'm going to choose. There's a lot in here I can choose from, but I do know that I will be using this shade right here. This is called Dew. It's this beautiful duochrome kind of blue to purple flip shimmer. Oh, I love it, and I love using it, so I will definitely be pulling that in today. Got some purple here, this brown shade maybe, this shade up here. I don't know. We'll see as the look comes together. So if you guys are interested to see my look come together using the UCANBE Fruit Pie Filling Palette for my Autumn Day picture-inspired collab with Sandie, then please sit back, relax, and let's get started. All right, let's get started with this look for my Autumn Day picture-inspired collab with Sandie using the UCANBE Fruit Pie Filling Palette. Now my brows are done, and this eyelid is primed in the P. Louise eyeshadow base in Rumor 01, as it is in every single video. Okay, so I think what I'll do is start off with this shade here called Filbert. This is this kind of, I don't know, medium brown matte shade. I thought that I would just put that in my transition area, kind of base my look off that, or kind of build my look off of that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and I do have my Real Techniques brush. So I'm gonna start laying that down right here. And I love UCANBE palettes. I know I've said that 1,005 times on my channel, but I just don't really see anybody using them on their channels. I mean, at least the people I watch, they just don't ever use these palettes, and I love them. I did do a little search on YouTube, and there are people that do use UCANBE palettes, but not very many. And, you know, I know that they're not like a huge name, you know, I get that in the makeup world, but I've always been really, really happy with the performance of the palettes that I've picked up from this brand. I don't think I've ever gotten any off of their actual website. I typically just get them off Amazon, of course. So now I am going to go into another shade in the palette. And this one is called Shiny Plum, this dark purple matte. And I don't know that there's this exact color in the image that Sandie sent me. There's some purple, but I don't know if it's that dark. But that was the only real purple matte that was in this palette, so I'm sticking with it. I'm gonna put this in my outer V here with my Eco Tools brush. Just kind of deepen up the outer V. And I love Sandie's hair color. It is amazing. It's bright pink. Actually, the last video I watched of hers, it was kind of like lighter pink. I think I might even like that better. It's so cool. I have never really done a fun color in my hair before. My daughter has had green hair, which was amazing. When it grew out, she didn't really love it. And she decided to go ahead and cover up the green with like a darker brown. Her hair is brown. My hair is actually kind of a mousy dark brown, but I put blonde highlights in it. But when Sydney went to cover the green and used a dark brown shade, it looked kind of swampy. she didn't like how it looked when she was all done putting the dark brown over the top of the green. So she's like, I'm never going to do green hair again. She did also do that silver trend. You know, there was like, for a while, people were coloring their hair silver. And that looked super cool on her because as it started to kind of wear out of her hair, it changed to like, kind of like a periwinkle blue color. It looked so cool. And my dad is pretty traditional, you know. He's not somebody that thinks it's cool to dye your hair a different color. And she was so freaked out for my dad to see her hair color. I'll never forget that. And Sydney's got a lot of tattoos, and she was also really freaked out for my dad to see her tattoos. But, you know, it's his grandchild. She could do anything, and he would think it was wonderful. So he was fine with it. He actually didn't even realize her hair was green at first. It took him a while to realize her hair was green. I mean, it was bright green. So funny. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to this shade here. This shade is my favorite shade in this palette. It's this beautiful kind of blue to purple duochrome. There might be a teeny little bit of brown in that. Is it brown or purple? I don't know, but I'm using it because I love it. I think it's gorgeous. And there is a little bit of that kind of like, I don't know, funky blue color, I felt like, in the image that Sandie shows for me. Either that or I'm just making it up so that I can use the shade. And I'm using one of my Jessup brushes here. Is this Jessup? Yeah. Jessup cream shader brush. I love Jessup brushes. Ugh. I have a couple sets of them that I got off of Amazon and they're amazing. Super cheap, and they work great. So I'm gonna lay this down right here and oh God, that is so pretty. Oh, I love this shade. I've used this shade, I think, what? Maybe 3 or 4 times now, and I just love it. And I kind of want to see if I can get it kind of on a diagonal here. And then I want to put a lighter pink towards the front of that. I just love finding cheaper brands, you know? I mean, you guys know I'm a cheapskate. But what I love is when you find a more affordable brand and the shadows and the palette and everything just works really well. Oh, makes me so happy. And I really like to, I don't know if promote's the right word, but encourage you guys to check out those kind of brands because you know, there are a lot of more expensive browns out on the market and, you know, yeah, they're great and the shadows are beautiful and the formula and, you know, everything, packaging, all that stuff. It's really fun. But I've just felt really fortunate that I've been able to find some brands that are affordable and that work really well. So I think that looks pretty good for now. I might go back in with my finger, you never know. But now I'm going to go into, I think this shade here, this is called Grapefruit. It's kind of like a purpley pink color. And I thought that there was that color in the image that Sandie chose for me. And I'm going to use a smaller little flat brush here. I think this is an MSQ brush. Yes. Now MSQ is also another really cheap brush brand. Got a set of these on Amazon. I've heard several people talk about MSQ brand brushes on YouTube, and they all really like the brushes. So I highly recommend you guys checking those out too. If you're looking for a good, affordable brush set that lasts forever. I've had these brushes for at least, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now, and they're amazing. Probably 4 years. They're amazing. And this is a little lighter than what I thought it was going to be, but we're just going to keep building, and we're going to see what we can do here with this shade. Pull my lid over a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. I just needed a little bit more on the lid. And bring that up a little bit over the top of the transition area, or the crease, I guess that's what it's called. Ew, that's cool. Yeah, that's really pretty. I like that a lot. And you know, what's cool about this too, like I said at the very beginning, is that it's not your typical fall leaf picture. You know, I thought that was so cool when she sent it to me. I was like, oh, that's amazing. And I thought, well, maybe I should change the picture I sent to her. I'm like, no, you already sent it. It's fine. But this is super cool. I think she definitely picked the cooler picture out of the two. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do too, I do have a little bit of fallout down here that I'll clean up here in a minute, but I think I will blend that out just a little bit with this shade here called Melon. I'm just going to take that just around the outer edge of that kind of browner shade just to kind of tone that down just a little bit. I just don't really like to have that harsh edge. It always drives me a little bonkers. Now I'm going to do my lower lash line. I did clean things up a little bit down here. There's a little fallout, and I did put some concealer on, and I'm going to start off with my waterline. I'm going to use the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Crybaby. I just thought this would look nice with what's going on the lid, and then also I did see some lavender, like light purple, in that image that Sandie sent me as well. So I'm going to pop this right down here. This is one of my absolute favorite ColourPop cream gel liners. If I can not gouge my eye out. I think what I'll do is start off with this shade here called Shiny Plum and put that on the outer part of the lower lash line. Kind of match it up with the shade, the same shade that's on the upper lid. Put this right here. Kind of bring that across a little bit. I basically want to just mirror the lower lash line to match the lid. I thought that would look kind of cool. And I was going to throw a green shade on too, but I don't really know where to do that and how it would look with everything else that's going on. So I'm just going to stick to these shades. So now I'm going to go into this shade here again called Dew. Love this shade. And this is a little bit flaky. So I think what I'll do is spray this just so that I don't end up with it all over my face. I'm going to put this right here. And I'm not sure what palette Sandie's using. So that's always fun too. When you don't know what the other person's using, I love that because then it's kind of like, you know, just as exciting for me as it is for you guys because I have no idea what she's going to do. So that's going to be really cool. Yeah, I love that, how it goes from purple to blue. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this shade here called Grapefruit with my little lipstick brush, if I can find it. There it is. Okay. And I am going to spray this too, because if I don't, I think it's going to get a little funky. Plus, this brush, it's on its last legs, you guys. I've just washed it too many times. And I just washed my brushes, not last night, the night before last. And I don't know, I almost threw it away. And I was like, no, I don't want to throw it away yet. I love this brush. I don't know. I have this weird attachment to this brush. I just love it. And I don't know. I'm not really ready to, but it's getting kind of frayed and a little funky. It's not scratchy. It doesn't feel scratchy yet. I mean, that's probably coming, I'm sure. But it's getting a little too like fuzzy and frayed for my liking. So now I think what I'll do is go into this shade here called Lemonade for my inner corner shade. And this is just kind of like a very light pink, maybe like a goldy pink color, rosy gold shade, pinky gold shade, whatever. And that is really cool. Ooh, yeah. It's very bright. I love that. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done with my look. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do my other eye, put the rest of my face on, the finishing touches, and I'll be right back to show you how everything came together. I am back, and this is the finished look, and I love how this look turned out. And I love the picture that Sandie sent me. Very, very different autumn day, autumn leaf picture. Very different than the one that I sent her. Mine's a little bit more traditional, but I just loved all the different colors that are in the image that she sent me. And I'm so happy that I was able to use the UCANBE Fruit Pie Filling Palette today, and I'm gonna talk about it again. But before I do, I did wanna go over a few things I used in my finished look. On my lips, I have the Queen Nubia Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Erica. No, it is not named after me, although I do try to tell myself that it is. I am a brand ambassador for this brand. This is a US indie brand that I'm just madly in love with. And this is one of my absolute favorite liquid lipsticks that I have in my collection. On my upper lid, I use the Kaleido, not Kaleidos, Kaleido Cosmetics liquid liner in Obsidian. I'm pretty sure I got this in either an Ipsy or a BoxyCharm. It's a great liquid liner. It's been sitting in my little mug for a long time, and I don't know, I reached over, grabbed it, thought I'd use it today. I think it turned out really well. And then for my mascara, I use the Banger mascara from Makeup Mecca. This was sent to me from my friend Linda, all the way from Sweden. We met each other through Instagram. I love all the makeup products that she sent me. This is one of my absolute favorite mascaras that I have in my collection. Lengthening, thickening, it's wonderful. So let's talk about the palette that I used. This is the UCANBE Fruit Pie Filling that I used in my look today for my Autumn Day collab with Sandie. And I just love the shades that I chose. I was a little nervous about this purple matte at first. I don't know that I've ever used that before. When I swatched it before I got started, I was like, ugh, it swatched pretty bad. But it really wasn't very patchy. I mean, maybe a little bit at first. I kind of had to, like, you know, layer it on and kind of fill in the little patchiness. But all in all, it came out really well. I love this shade here, the shade called Filbert that I used in my transition area. Very, very nice neutral shade. I used this shade to blend that out with. This is called Melon, worked well. I love this shade right here. It's kind of getting messy here. Let's kind of blow out a little bit. This is called Dew, and this is this beautiful kind of bluey purple, maybe even a little bit of brown duochrome in this shade that I put on the middle of the lid. And then I use this shade here called Grapefruit on the front of the lid. This one was a little bit lackluster, maybe just a little bit. I thought that would be a lot more like wah. And this shade right here, this lemonade shade that I put in my inner corner, that was the wah. And I almost kind of wish I had put this in this shadow's place on the lid, but I didn't. I use it as my inner corner shade, and I think it looks nice. I do like the way the look came together. I think it matches the colors of the image that Sandie chose for me really well. And again, I just don't hear a lot of people talking about this brand, and it's a wonderful brand. Really, I have several of their palettes, and all of them I just love. I am so happy that Sandie and I were able to do our collab together today. I am so happy that we connected through the Hello Fall group collab. I just adore Sandie. And like I said, I will have her channel and her video linked in my description box. I cannot wait to watch her video, see what palette she chose to go along with the colors of the fall leaf image that I sent her. That's going to be really fun. It's always fun to use a picture as an inspiration to create your eye look based on. I just love doing that. I really hope that Sandie and I collab together many more times, and I really hope that you guys go to her channel, subscribe, support her, watch her videos. You are going to love her. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your busy day or evening to sit down and watch my video. It always means the world to me. If you have subscribed or you would like to subscribe, do not forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're aware of all of my future uploads. I cannot wait to see you guys again on my next video, but in the meantime, please take care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I hope to see you very soon. Thanks again, you guys. Take care. Bye.
Drop it.